Hey guys, Eerie is here and welcome along to another video. So all the regular viewers of the channel, welcome back. If this is your first time here and you like watching all sorts of sim racing related stuff, then subscribe now and hit that bell icon as well so you get notified of every video I upload and you don't miss a thing. Now, have you ever wondered what a race would be like with stupidly quick cars around a backwards fantasy track? No? Well, me neither to be honest, but today we're going to find out. We're here on Gran Turismo Sport, about to start Daily Race C this week. We've got 10 laps of Maggior reverse, there's no fuel issues here but soft and medium tyres are required. We're in the Group 2s, it's an absolute Nissan GTR fest and we're starting 16th on the grid. This is the top lobby. I had a late finish at work so I had about 10 laps worth of practice for this one. Some of the fastest guys in the dailies are at the front here and I'm happy to even be in the same lobby as these guys. We're starting on the mediums but we'll move to the softs later on, around the midpoint I would imagine of the race. So as you saw, we had a rolling start for this one, which meant we had 2 corners to do before we even crossed the line to begin this one. As a result, we're already 10 plus seconds behind the leader. Would a grid start have been a better option here? I think it would have been, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. So as always, we're just going to try and settle in here. These cars are tough enough to handle as it is, they're incredibly quick so we need to be careful in the early stages to try and not bin it. We're on the mediums as well. I hadn't actually turned a lap with these before the race began, so caution is very much the order of the day for these first couple of laps. So here on lap number 2 then, we made it through lap number 1, no issues so far. We cannot say the same though for the Frenchman who's going to go off here at turn number 1. He keeps his foot in it though despite being on the grass, admirable but not advisable, and we're going to be as a result going up to 15th. We've got 3 Spaniards up ahead now. We're going to try and hunt them down here, but we have to be aware of the pressure that we've got behind. Again, not trying to name that flag, I have absolutely no idea. If anyone's brave enough to have a guess or has access to Google, please let me know in the comments section down below which one it is. But whoever it is, whichever country he represents, he's going to hit us from behind coming up and over the crest. Now he does stay behind us though, so fair play to him there. Many other drivers would have just run off into the distance having mullered us there. And we shouldn't lose too much ground really, as the group of 4 up ahead are actually battling and one of them has a penalty. So the strategy is going to remain the same here as it was earlier on in the lap. We need to keep our head down here and get onto the back of them to try and mix it up. Rejoining the action a little bit later here on lap number 3, as you're going to see, it's all going to start kicking off coming down the hill. 2 drivers now have penalties and their battling has brought us right into play. Moving ahead to the penultimate corner, once again one Spaniard goes off, the other one leaves the door open, and just like that we take the position and we're up to 12th place. Well actually we're still in 13th, we're not up to 12th quite yet. We're going to go up to 12th here as we cross the line to start lap number 4, as a driver has come into the pits. He's jumped off his mediums, well, quite early to be quite honest. It's going to be a very long second stint there and second phase of the race on the softs. Rather him than us. Fast forwarding slightly here to the bottom of the hill. Keep your eye on the Brit up in front. As we're coming to this tricky left-hander, he's going to get a right old tank slapper on. He's actually going to go off, which is going to allow the Spaniard to pull up and alongside as he goes up the crest. Now, it's not going to be over here for the Brit. He's going to brake very, very late there, which means he's going to carry too much speed and he's going to go off again. Now, I'm thinking about a move here. We're incredibly close to them and I could be mega aggressive. But thankfully I don't go for it because the Spaniard there comes right across my face, which is something that's happening too much for my liking of late. But anyway, it is what it is. And as we come across the line to start lap number 5 here, we're going to make a couple of positions up as a couple more people around us come in. Our old friend and the artist formerly known as GT Bockerburst comes right out in front of the Spaniard. We're going to have to take avoiding action and find ourselves actually in the wrong gear coming up the hill, which is going to drop us down a couple of positions and we find ourselves in 11th place. but we're going to follow 10th really quite closely down the hill, an amazing part of the track in these mega quick cars. You can really see the difference as a combination of the dirty air that we're experiencing and the older tyres that we're on allows Doc Brown to close right up behind us. I looked to make a move on 10th, but it wasn't quite on, and I'm just going to lift out of the throttle here to let Doc Brown through. Absolutely no point battling at this point. We're going to be coming in at the end of this lap. So I often get challenged on this, so I just want to explain it. As you see, Doc Brown there putting his hazards on to acknowledge that we let him through. So if I battle for this position, we're coming in at the end of the lap anyway. All that's going to happen is I'm going to take suboptimal lines and I'm going to increase the risk of actually having an accident. So I may as well sit right behind here. As you can see, I'm not actually losing any time to the cars up in front, and we're going to come in as expected at the end of lap number 5. So we're going to change to the softs here. As mentioned at the start of the video, there is no need for fuel in this one, and we're going to come out just in 17th place. But that's okay, this is part of the race that we can now attack. Fuel is good, we're on a fresh set of the softer compound tyres, so we're going to see here what we can do. And immediately we're going to have an opportunity here. 16th got himself a little bit of a slide on, giving us just the inkling that we needed and gave us a little gap on the inside. So I made sure to give him enough room on the exit, but I went for it and made the move stick. So we're now up to 16th, and we've got a group of 4 who we're now going to look to try and get on the back of. So there's another GTR up in front. We're in the slipstream already. That shows how close the whole pack was. We've managed to drop the car behind a little bit, so we can just really concentrate on hitting our apexes coming down this amazing downhill section. We're going to be affected there a little bit by the dirty air, as you can see, which is going to put us a little bit out of kilter, but the main point is that we get the bottom part of this section nailed. So we're going to try and break in as much of a straight line as possible, and then we're going to keep it in third to limit the wheel spin on the exit. We get a really good run out of that corner. We're up the inside. He tries to cover it off, but it's too late, and we're going to take the place, and we're now up to 15th. So that's 2 positions in quick succession. We've got 3 cars up ahead who are still in close proximity and definitely on our radar. I'm just really enjoying driving a lot more aggressively right now. I'm just trying to be more relaxed and just trying to really focus on being a more aggressive driver, but without pushing the limits too much. But as I say that, and we cross the line to start lap number 7, we jump up another position to 14th as somebody else comes into the pits. We're going to stay on board here as we haven't really covered too much of sector number 1 here at this track, and it's really difficult just as it is the other way round, when it's actually in its normal way round. You've got to carry as much speed as you possibly can, but you can really find yourself getting too close to the grass. This bit, you've just got to be ultra aggressive, cut that corner on the inside, and then really steer as much as you can to the right to save yourself from going into the wall. Then you've got to pick a braking point and get on the power as early as you can for a run up the hill. As you can see here, we've got that run, and we're in the slipstream here. I'm going to pull out, and we're just going to hope to, yes, we get our nose ahead just before the downhill section. There's nothing he can do there. You don't want to go side by side down. This bit is difficult enough as it is, and we're up to 13th now. Another place gain. So what's that, 3 since our pit stop? So things are looking pretty good right now. The last 2 drivers that we can see are the 2 Spaniards. I don't know if we're going to be able to do anything about them. We've only got 3.5 laps really, and they are about 2 seconds up the road. But we're going to do what we can. Get our head down here and let's try and chase them down. Jumping ahead to lap number 9 here, and you can see the Spaniards have just caught and actually dispatched of a German up in front who's got himself a penalty. I can't quite see how much of a penalty that is and whether we'll be in a position to do anything about him in the little time we have left, but he's not going to have an opportunity to serve his penalty. He gets insult added to injury. He goes wide coming out of the corkscrew there and then goes into the wall. You hate to see it, but we'll take it as we're up to 12th now. And that was going to be all she wrote for this one. We come home to take 12th place, up 4 positions from where we started, and after a really good run in the second phase of the race there. We ended up 33 seconds behind the winner, not bad again considering the 20 odd minutes practice that we had, and the fact, thanks to the rolling start, we were 12-ish seconds behind them straight away. But overall, another enjoyable one, and for now guys, that is going to be the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. Thanks again so much for watching though guys, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.